creepers. What's up, you crazy creeps? How the heck are you guys? I got Mama Creeper driving, I'm riding shotgun, and we are out and about finding our little social distancing hike today. But we figured we would take you guys, oh cool, it's just right up here, to a really cool spot here in Portland. It's a beautiful school, and we're gonna go and try and check out the track, but I wanted to take you guys to right here. This is great. In fact, Mom, you can just kind of pull up because I want to get the front of the school. This is like absolutely perfect. This is the filming locations to the 1995 Disney movie starring Richard Dreyfuss, and that is Mr. Holland's Opus. And I wanted to bring you guys here today. Like I said, we're going to get out and get some exercise, but I wanted to show you, I brought my film along here with some trusty screenshots from the movie. And then I also wanted to tell you guys a little bit of some info that kind of ties the movie to me. So first off, I'm going to show you guys, this is actually a pretty decent spot here. It's not perfect. Are you going to get out, Mom? Here's an actual screenshot from the front of the school. And then if you guys can see, as the camera refocuses, boom, we are here. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about this today, and like I said, tell you guys a little bit more about the movie. And one of the things that I thought was really cool was I actually went to school with two of the brothers that were gifted the Corvaires from the actual movie. Mr. Holland drove a Corvair in the movie, but there was actually two, so that they didn't have to keep moving the cars around. And my buddy John was actually gifted the car, so I was actually able to roll into school in the actual car, the Corvair, a blue Corvair, him and his brother both had. And it was pretty funny because at one point we actually watched the movie, and I was able to pull up that same day to school in the car. So pretty ironic. And then also, Mom, you guys knew somebody that knew, or didn't they have the bus from the movie?
Yeah.
And he doesn't have it anymore, but...
No, he sold it, I think, like 2 years ago.
Oh, he sold it. But we got some, we talked to him, and we're going to get some movie shots, not only of the bus, but some of the shots that he has from the bus from the original movie. But here is Grant High School, like I said, where the movie was actually filmed. Now, in the movie, right up top here, it would have read John F. Kennedy, but they did a great job with all the props to change it for the movie. And I said my friend John's mom actually worked in a facility out in Gresham, Oregon that had all the props and stuff, so I was able to actually see the sign and whatnot. So here would have been where Richard would pull up in the morning and walk in, and I actually even brought a little screenshot of them doing so, which would have been basically right about here. And I don't know if the camera does the due diligence kind of with the reflection, but if you can see up top there what I was saying, where they basically just, you know, kept the same facade of the building but changed that sign up top. But you can still see by the pillars and whatnot where the sign would have reached. So pretty cool to think that this was filmed right here. And like I said, Mom knew some people that owned the buses, and I actually went to school with John, him and his brother had those cars. So I've loved this movie ever since it was, I remember watching it in school out for a project and whatnot. But then years later, when we found out that it was filmed here in Portland, I was like, oh man, that's so crazy, because if you guys are like me, you know that Portland's been hosted to a lot of, hi guys, hosted a lot of different movies throughout the years. In fact, Disney is tied into Portland even more so. And what I also thought was really interesting is that they actually use movie references from Star Wars, and then, you know, 20-30 years later, Disney actually bought the rights to Star Wars. So it's kind of funny how everything really is full circle. But yeah, Walt Disney's folks were from here, so Oregon's always had a tie to Disney. And if you guys have checked out some of my previous vlogs in the past, we've visited Walt Disney folks' former home and things like that. But pretty cool to think that this movie was shot here, you know, almost a decade ago. And I even actually brought one of the original movie posters right here, Mr. Holland's Opus. And I remember when this very first came about, it was right when they were doing these kind of pixelated backgrounds where they would use different photos to put together a full photo. And if you look closely or even pull up shots yourself on Google, you can see that they're actually real teachers and students from the building, from the school itself. So just a really beautiful school. The piano that he composed on was actually re-gifted to the school. I think it was in 2010. So the piano and whatnot is still somewhere in this building. And if you can see, they even have this new addition here, this little outdoor community garden. But just a beautiful school. And I have pulled up some shots when I was doing my homework, but all these windows pretty much look the same. But at one point, I believe in one of these areas, maybe up top here, because it was a second floor shot, if you were to open up one of these windows, it would direct you basically up into the music room where a lot more of the interior shots were filmed. But yeah, I just thought I'd take you guys down here. I'm gonna go catch up with Mama Creeper because she's in the back enjoying the track. But I wanted to take you guys here to yet another movie location, Mr. Holland's Opus, which I thought was really cool because of the fact that Disney is tied into Portland a lot more than I ever knew. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked out some of those other vlogs or other movie locations, make sure you guys do so. But until then, I appreciate it very much for you guys tuning in. I'll give you one more shot of the 1995 Mr. Holland's Opus. Very cool. And I will do my best to pull up some more pictures of those Corvaires and buses and leave them in probably the comment section or the description. Make sure you guys hit that likes up button. You can ring that bell. That way when I creep, you guys will be the first to creep. But until then, I love you guys. Creeper out for now. Peace, you guys.